In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the yarn over stitch. You'll normally see this written in a pattern as YO, and that stands for yarn over. You would use a yarn over to create a lace-like design in a pattern, and you'll often see this quite often in different patterns. At the end of this video, I'll show you a couple of examples that are finished of how they look. So let's get started. I'm going to just knit this first stitch here. And then when you do a yarn over, you're actually creating a stitch. So if it's within a pattern, you don't want to keep creating more stitches because then it would throw off the pattern. So you will do a knit two together with it in somewhere within the pattern. So in this case, I'm going to knit two together, and then I'm going to do the yarn over, which I come to the front of the needle, and then I wrap it around, and then I'm going to knit the next two together, and you'll see that it's over the needle instead of behind it and under, and I'm going to knit two together. Again, to the front, and then over the right hand needle, and then you're going to knit two together off the left. Pull both those stitches off, and you still have the two stitches even though you just did a decrease. Again, yarn over, knit two together, yarn over, and I'll get to the end so that way I can show you what you would do next to knit those yarn overs. And then in the front, knit two together. I just try to put it in the middle to keep it nice and straight for when I'm ready to knit the next row. Again, in the front, over the needle, and then knit the next two together. Front, and then over that needle to knit the next two. Again, over, and then you want to make sure when you get to the end, did you do a yarn over and a knit two, or did you do a knit two and a yarn over? So you can look back and you can see I started with the knit two and then a yarn over. So I want to make sure not to forget that last yarn over. And then I'm going to knit one, because you cannot have a yarn over at the very end. At least it wouldn't be easy enough. But I have the yarn over right before that last stitch. So then I'll turn my work around. You will see how I knit the yarn overs. I'm going to purl them on the back so they're knits on the front. But here's that first yarn over. It's just kind of like the yarn is laid over. And you're just going to knit it like a regular stitch. And then it creates a little hole in the pattern. You just purl it. And if you were to knit it, you would just go in this way with the yarn in the back. And then when I turn it over, I'm going to quick show you how to yarn over with a purl next, because it's got a little different, not technique really, but way to do it. So let me get to the end of this. Just purling all the way across the back again, so it looks like a knit in the front. And usually yarn overs are knit, however, sometimes it'll be a purl in the front with the yarn over. It creates more definition or whatnot to the fabric. So let me get to the end here. I'm almost there. And I'm going to show you what I did. So we talked about how I did the knit 2 together and then the yarn over. If you noticed, they're kind of staggered. So the next row I would normally do a yarn over after the first stitch and then knit 2 together to create this type of pattern. If I just kept doing it the same way, the yarn overs would go straight up, the little holes would go straight up in a line. But if you needed to purl right after a yarn over, what you would do is you would wrap your yarn like we said, but then come back around to put that yarn in front for a purl. And then just do the purl as normal. And if you were to do another yarn over with a purl, just wrap it around the one time and do that purl. Just like that. And then it would just be a little different look with the purl in front instead of the knits in front. And that's how you do yarn overs. And I will show you an example. This is one of my patterns called the Chutes and Ladders. And it has just 2 sets of yarn overs here and here, and then they're staggered as well. And then a matching cowl doing the same thing. And those will be in the links below if you were interested. And that is how you do the yarn over. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.